Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, That Clay Girl Co. I'm Paige. If you're new here, That Clay Girl Co. is a handmade polymer clay accessories and lifestyle brand. And today we are going to dive into a look back at 3 years in business. So today, not the day I'm filming, but today that you're watching is October 30th. It's the 29th, and that is my 3-year birthday and or anniversary of opening up my business. But it actually started way before that, 10 months to be exact. So we're going to jump into just a fun look back at everything that's changed and how I've evolved over 3 years. I'm going to break it down into categories, branding, products, and markets. So we've got a lot to cover, but I'm just going to go over the highlights of everything that I've done in this 3 years. So I'm really excited to take a look back and reminisce and cringe. So this will be fun. Let's get into it. Before starting this video, I have a disclaimer. Your girl had lipstick on her teeth for the whole thing. So I apologize. I'm not filming this again. Okay. So enjoy a look back at That Clay Girl Co. featuring lipstick teeth.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Before we jump into categories, we're going to start at the very beginning. And the very beginning is actually me not even thinking that polymer clay was going to turn into a business. At the time, I was actually running another business called Kitschy Doodles, and my degree is in graphic design in my background. So this business was everything from handmade paper products, digital drawings, custom logos, everything in that kind of field. So at the time I was kind of wanting to get back to working with my hands a little bit more, and I came across a video. I was actually wanting to create handmade pins in some way, and I was usually using what was it called, Shrinky Dinks? I don't know if that it might be called that. And I was using those to make pins, but I wanted to do something different, and I came across a video of someone making handmade pins for your jackets with polymer clay. That's where it all began. So I was interested from the start. I was like, I'm gonna go get some. Next day I went to Hobby Lobby, bought a few bars of clay, and I made, you know what? I'm just realizing I did not make pins ever. I never made pins. I actually made earrings. What made me make earrings? Okay, well, I'm just realizing I don't even think I actually went into making pins. So I'm looking at my computer, and I'll put things at the side that I'm looking at, but I must have just jumped right into making earrings. I must have seen another video. Why is this all coming back to me now? Okay, so I grabbed some clay from Hobby Lobby, and I think just the basic, I don't even think I got any tools. I probably just got some clay and just used some tools I had at home. And now I'm remembering, I made, which is what I have right in front of me, is my first pair of earrings. Now, are you ready? Okay. Bendy, and this will tell you that I was using the wrong clay. This is Sculpey 3, and if you are into the whole clay thing too, you know that everyone pretty much goes through using Sculpey 3 and realizing that is not what is best for jewelry. So if I don't want to crack it because this is like a memory, but literally if I were to just do this, it would snap. So I went through that whole thing. We'll get there later, but so yeah, back to Kitschy Doodles. I launched my first few pairs of earrings, and I'll put them here. Looks like the first one that I posted was these painted ones with gold flakes, and I'm not mad at the like technique here. It's not my, oh wait, I posted more than one. Okay, I posted all 3. But it's just like looking back, it's not my vibe anymore, but I think it's not bad for my first few pairs besides this thing. So I did this pair too, and these were really big, and I don't like hook earrings. as much as post backs or studs. So these were really long for me at the time, like with the extra jump rings and the length of the hook, it made them extra long. But these were actually made with tissue paper, little cutout terrazzo and glazed over. So yeah, these were my first few that I put up in my paper products shop. So it's kind of just like branching into a new product. And then now we've got the Fringe with Benefits collection. And I really like the name of this one. I thought it was fun. It's just so funny to see where I started. Like, I didn't even write down recipes. I just made as I went, and I didn't write things down. Like, I just was like having fun, and I think that probably made a difference with me enjoying the process in the beginning. I just kind of went in and saw what came to life. So yeah, this little Fringe collection is kind of fun. Definitely not what I do today, but I still kind of like it. And if that's like a whole different like vibe, and if I'm wearing colorful stuff, like I like that. I enjoy it. It's just not me today. And then we have these earrings, these little hand earrings. These were fun, very kitschy doodles. Haven't really made anything similar since, but it's definitely a fun, unique pair. Then we've got this pair. This was kind of fun. Did I call this like triptych earrings? These were very stiff, I think. They didn't really swing much. I didn't drill my holes. I didn't use a Dremel in the beginning. I believe I just poked the holes with a needle prior to baking. So those were them. And what's awesome too is that these sold in the beginning, so that was great. And then we have this pair. I started to dive into texture. I still use this tool to make this texture today in my plaster earrings. So that's cool. Actually, those were more like my vibe now, my colors. So a little sneak peek into the future. Oh my gosh, I made a ring dish. Well, now I'm making concrete trays. So that's like a major step up in like the vibe aspect of it. But this was cute. This sold. I only made one, and I like it. And now here we've got a look at a little collection here, and this was actually, I think we'll see here, it was like my little postcard or something my backing cards, I think, at the time. I drew it on Procreate and like did a little flat design of every earring in this picture. I just know that these are all, for the most part, Sculpey 3, and these ended up, if they didn't sell, they ended up cracking. The thing is, they're fine, and if people bought these, and they did, they would be okay until you probably drop them or like bent them in like your bag or something. So, okay. Yeah. It just makes me like so sick. I remember the first time I was like, okay, what's happening? I started going through and like testing the earrings I had in stock, and I'm like, it was crack, and I'm like, it's over. This was fun. So I finally realized that Sculpey 3 is not made for jewelry. It's more for little figurines and sculptures, kind of like for the most, like either like for kids projects, or if you're actually sculpting and making those fun little, cute little figurines. So I finally realized Sculpey Soufflé and Primo were the way to go. And thank goodness I realized that, because if I didn't, I probably would have been like... So here we have a little pom-pom action here. I really like doing this little, with the gold clay and black paint. I liked doing the leopard vibe here. I actually remember who these went to. Yeah, so I was kind of into like adding different things to the clay. And now there's the backing card I was talking about. So I drew those up, and that was what I used to package. And then here's a little look at some marble stuff. So like all this was like, except for the terrazzo pair, I just like made and didn't even like write down my recipe, and that kills me. Because now I write down every little step I take so I can try and make things, like everything's unique. but to be able to make it again and get it close enough to sell more than one. And there's a little terrazzo piece, and then we're back at the top in my last post of Kitschy Doodles, which is my That Clay Girl Co. logo. We've got a GIF here. So I don't know if I said in the beginning that all of this started in January of 2019, and as the months went by, I was just making more and more clay, and I couldn't stop, and I found myself doing that more than the graphic design stuff, and I was just enjoying it so much. So I'm like, you know what, we're gonna make a business of this. And so Kitschy Doodles was done, and all my focus was in this new business venture, and I believe it was like maybe a month's time of deciding that and launching my business. So with all the behind the scenes work that went into starting this business and getting it ready to launch, we are here at October 22nd, 2019. I said shop coming soon. And then October 30th. Wait, I'm the worst. Wait, I do this every year. I do this every year, you guys. It's the 29th. It's the 29th. Why do I always think it's the 30th? Okay. Retract. Okay. Okay, after that little moment of realization, it was the 29th of October, 2019. I don't know why you know what? We're good. Okay, so October 29th, I launched That Clay Girl Co. and I launched it with this little promo video showing all the products that are to come. And I actually like this little promo. I would do it differently, obviously, today, but it's not bad. It's just starting out. Pretty proud of it. I like it. It was fun to make this kind of little commercial in a sense. So this was back in Florida, Fort Myers, and yeah. So that was the launch of it, the first post. So now we will get into the topics or the categories of each thing, just so I can make it easier. So we are going to start with branding. And now, so for that, this is my first logo here. This was actually a picture that I took when we were out to eat and the wind took my hair. I was just drawing on Procreate, and I think I drew this before even thinking about this being my logo. So I must have gone back and been like, ooh, I like this. Let's make this my logo. And I believe the reason I chose this logo is because I wanted to be the Clay Girl Co. Now, even saying that is so weird. I remember I was in the car and just talking about this with my family, and my mom goes, how about That Clay Girl Co? And I was like, love it, because it's like that Clay Girl. So, and it was different from everything else being the. So with it being That Clay Girl Co, of course, the logo is a girl, aka me. And I thought how fun it would be to interchange the earring every time I did like a little business card update. So that's the story behind the logo. I have a little list here of things I want to go over. So like other branding little things were in the beginning, because I was also doing a lot of Procreate stuff and I was really into flat design. I used these other drawings of different outfit pics that I had and then put my own earrings on them, and they were kind of just like my little like extra like branding, like secondary logos, like these girls that I drew, which they were all me, but I made them into other girls. I like those girls still. I think I just have gone more simplistic in my branding, so my logo is the only flat design I've got going on. And I also made it into a sticker. That was a freebie sticker that I put in my packages. Let's see, so like speaking of packages, here's a packaging video. This was actually the second box I got. I used to have the white boxes, but then I found these matte black boxes, which I still have, but I'm running low, and they actually like doubled in price, so I've got some new packaging in the works. So it's funny because it's literally the same packaging that I do now. It's just a little bit different with tissue paper and different stickers, but that really hasn't changed much. And then that was my second logo with the leopard earrings and a different color background. It's funny, I didn't think I was going to be able to talk too much on everything. I was just going to do the highlights, but it's kind of fun to look back and talk about like the behind the scenes of everything. Here's another thank you card. Confidence is your best accessory. That was cute. Let's see what else we got. So like my vibe from the beginning was like, I feel like I've always been pretty eclectic, but now that I've found like my vibe and my voice and like my vision like is pretty clear, I'm more like neutral based and kind of have it locked down. But before I was kind of all over the place, but in a fun, like good way, like not in like a chaotic. It was just like I had so many ideas and they just came out. But before it was just kind of, there wasn't really a set vibe. It was just kind of creating as I go kind of thing. So over time that's definitely changed. Well, let's see here, it looks like I remember having a shift here. I'm like, I kind of want more of a like moody vibe, and as you can see, like with this picture, more like editorial in a sense, I guess. And this obviously is a little bit more, I don't know if high end is the word, but just elevated from where I was at. Yeah, like if you just want to scroll, if you just scroll through my Instagram, you can definitely see a shift in the vibe. So that's like one of my favorite things to look back on, is how that has changed overall. So let's see, how can we finish off this branding category? So now, last year at this time, I did a complete shift of my shop, updated it, and I'll probably put here a video of me scrolling through because I can't touch on all of it. But so this time last year, I did a shop update and kind of just redid the shop, added new products, and I'm kind of heading more towards where I'm at now. So at this point last year, let's see, where are we at? I made a new logo, right? Yes. Made my new logo, and I love this little, like, ooh, it's me, my logo. So I changed just like the whole, like, kind of product photography, how I did little pictures of them on, like kind of just did a different vibe there. New products, just kind of elevated in the way of editing my photos and curating my feed. I always feel like I did that, but this, like, it kind of came together in like one solid vibe and feel. So it's funny, every time my birthday rolls around for my business, I'm like wanting to revamp. I'm like never satisfied, or I'm like trying to just continue to like elevate. So let's see, so I got new business cards, and then if you go to where I'm at now, I've actually updated my logo again, but only just the earring and the background color. I can put that here. I don't think I have it posted on my Instagram, but you can clearly see how the branding aspect of it all has just shifted into a more cohesive, neutral vibe and consistency, and it makes me very happy. So that's like kind of a look at the branding. Now I want to get into the products and a little bit of how that has changed. So products. I've kind of gone over how it started with Kitschy Doodles, but here back at the beginning, here's another picture. Yeah, it's just insane how much it's changed. There's no like strict cohesive look it's just everything at once. So like I started out just making things like kind of like one-of-a-kind pieces, and then I believe, let's see, my first collection, oh, it was actually my first collection was the coffee collection, where I did different shades of these browns and neutrals with speckled granite clay, and it looked like coffee grounds. Vanilla bean, latte, frappuccino, and mocha. So that was, I actually really like that. I would probably do something similar today. And then, let's see, what the next collection would have been, would be, let's see, I did a Christmas collection. I put them like as ornaments in my tree. Here we go. The polka dot collection. So that was a really fun one. That was with paint and glaze and just different designs with the black and white polka dots and white and black polka dots. And actually I'll go back down here and just show these different products. Like here I did door hangers. So this was before I kind of got into the wall hangings. These were fun to add to your doorknobs or as just a different decor piece. Back to collections, I think my next one was the pearlescent collection. That was really fun, really different and more elegant. I really like this one. That was fun. It was pretty time consuming with adding the pearls to the clay, but it was worth it. Let's see. Then we introduced pop sockets, which those are coming back. Stay tuned. And then we had a surprise slate and blush collection. I believe these were all just one of a kind too. I don't think I made doubles of anything. Looks like, oh, I had done hair clips. And I guess this can be in the products category. Back on June 11th, 2020, I had my first collaboration / wholesale account for Kind of Box, and that was a really big order that went out, and it was a lot of fun to put together and ship in my big box full of goodies. So that was really exciting. And then pretty much right after that, we moved to Knoxville in June of 2020, and I feel like that was where there was a complete shift and change, where everything just completely kind of exploded in a way of just my business taking off. And here's a little picture of me after my first drop off at the post office. So yeah, Knoxville has completely changed my business. This city is amazing for markets and pop-ups, and just the love and support for small business is fantastic, and it's rocked my world. So back to products. Well, actually here is my little studio space. So I went from working at the kitchen counter back in Florida to having my own little studio space. So it's still pretty much the same. It's just kind of changed in that I have another desk to work on. So I have my computer, and then I have my workstation. So I love this little cozy space to work in. And then introduced my first, of course, my Vol collection. This was the first round of everything. I did some white and polka dots. Let's see, just a lot of orange. I didn't do any grid yet at that point, or the checkerboard, which the checkerboard's now done really well, and those are really fun to make and wear. Actually before that I launched my first vlog. I did it with my sister. We did a little photo shoot in the sunflower field here, and I did a little workspace, what's the word, workspace tour. That was hard. So I kept doing my vlogs, and then I introduced hoops here. Kind of getting into making canes, which are like, the best way that I explain it to people that don't do clay is like it's like the cookies for the holidays, like Halloween Santa, you cut the tube and it's just a Santa all throughout the tube of cookie dough. And that's how you use each piece and then lay it flat, roll it out, and it's a slab of a cool design. Here we have a look at a lot of stuff here. Lots of different stuff. Still kind of a lot in the sense of color and vibe, but at the time, loved it. Still, I'm like, I don't hate it. It's just that I've changed in what I like personally, but still so fun to look back on. Oh, here we've got me finding some clay, and this was during the clay shortage during COVID. It was just short. Like, you'd be lucky to find one block of clay that you needed. So I'm glad that's over with, and I can get clay pretty much any time now. Ornaments, Christmas time. I will actually be bringing back ornaments this year. New vibe, can't wait. Those are in the works up here, at least, which I gotta get going because this year has just flown by. I can't believe October's over. Here we got another Christmas collection. This one, I really like the draped earrings and the little like trees. So like half and half trees, and the draped earrings here too, and the glitter. November 19th, I delivered my first batch of products to my first retail store, Honeymouth. I am still available in that store. This was a big order for Christmas that someone wanted to give a lot of their friends a pair of earrings, so this was a fun batch to put together. Here was a custom order. That was a lot of fun to put together. Like, she wanted a pair for each day of the week, and kind of had like a, what do you call it? I can't think of the word, but she had like a write-up and description for each pair of earrings, and I took that description and made it into a design. Here we've got the sharpened edgies. I still have those available, but I'm thinking about making them in a new color or a new style. We'll see. I did the Meraki collection. This was in 2021. That was kind of where I started getting into the warmer tone vibes, and I really still love that collection. It was super fun. And we did, oh my gosh, I forgot about these. The art print clay wall hangers. Those were really fun. I only ever made two, just because they take a lot more clay, because it's front and back. But those were a lot of fun to make. Both of those sold. Then we got the fluorescent collection. I really love this one. They were, those ones in the middle here with the gold circle were my favorite for a while. Really love those. This was for a wholesale order of necklaces. That was fun. Then comes the Summer Days collection, which is not my favorite to date, looking back now, but just being honest, it's, I mean, it's perfect for summer, but it's just not what I do today. I also had my products in Rolla here in Knoxville. That was so cool to see them hanging up in a retail space. And then, introduced shirts, the Small Biz collection. I have still got those shirts, and I also have them available in black now in the shop. And yeah, that was fun to have actual like clothes with my designs on them. So if you're interested in those are still available in the shop. So now we're here at the relaunch last year at this time, and this is definitely getting more into, I feel like, what I've always envisioned. So I love seeing that. Now we're back in 2022 at the beginning, and it's just coming together now. The vibe is happening. Yes, all the texture collection, one of my favorites. The plaster look, the seashell chips, just this fun neutral texture with little pops of color, olive and terracotta. One of my faves for sure. So finally getting that vibe that hits in my soul. Then we introduced some speckled baby hoops, and those are going to get an update in the shop as well. Here we've got the Be So Bold collection. I do love those. They're more colorful than my usual stuff, but still like vibe colors that I like. So that was a good one. And then we've got some things in between here, just some individual products. Love the two-tone earrings. And I love these. These are just a staple of mine, the outlined earrings in black and cream or cream and black outline. And then my favorite collection to date is the Ruska collection, my latest one. Definitely this kickstarted the next idea or vision I had for my brand, and also just like the whole thing from branding, markets, and products. Like, this is the route I want to go. This neutral, moody vibe that is just really calming to look at and can just go with everything. And so now we're back at the top, and this is actually the most recent pair I have posted, wearing them currently, and I've introduced lipstick teeth. Resin, so if you can see there's that shine on there. I am using UV resin on some new products, and I am so pumped to have that as an option now. I've wanted to do that for what feels like years, but was just kind of nervous getting into it. But I found a lot of other clay makers who broke it down, how to stay safe when doing them, how to avoid bubbles, and just achieve that really nice glossy finish. So really pumped for that. So a lot of good things with the resin coming soon. Well, actually, they are here. I will show them at the end. And so the last thing to look at is markets. So scrolling back down to the bottom. So now markets. So my first one was in Knoxville at the Old City. And oh my gosh, I was so excited. I remember the moment I decided I was gonna just go ahead and do a market, and it was just full swing of everything, what I wanted to do and what I wanted it to look like. And I did so much research of other people, like what to expect, and I ended up doing my own vlog of what I did, like my checklist and everything that I felt was necessary to bring to a market. And here's a look at my first booth. And this was actually before my parents moved to Knoxville, so I didn't have my dad's truck to haul everything. But at this point, it was just the boards and the two sawhorses. Gosh, sometimes I can't speak. So it was pretty simple then. The vibe was like wood and wicker and plants, which is still kind of where I'm at today, but that's all gonna change soon. So I still really am proud of this first setup that I did and how it came together. It's just so crazy to think of how many markets I've done since. So this was in October 11th, 2020, and my sister helped me set up, and so the fam was always helping me from the beginning. Couldn't do it without them. So yeah, that was fun to put together and actually have like my own little retail space in the beginning. Like I've always dreamed of having a store, like ever since I was little. Like that was what I would play store and be a business owner, run different things. So to see this and to be able to have people purchase my things in person was really fun. So I'm not over that. I love markets so much. Let's see, the next one it looks like on here that I took pictures of was a Christmas market. And this was the Merry Market with Hillary Kilgore. She is actually putting that on for the 3rd year. The Merry Market, which is, let's see, the Merry Market, December 3rd from 10 to 2 at 8517 Kingston Pike. We will keep, you can keep up with all the markets that are coming up on my Instagram. I will always keep my schedule on up to date on my Instagram and on my website. So this is still kind of the same setup here for Christmas, except I've got a wood tree here for my ornaments. I've got trees, bottle brush trees, wood trees. I'm doing my snow globes, which I'm hoping to bring back again this year with earrings as a fun little gift. And I love, man, do I love Christmas, and I am so excited to incorporate the holidays into my booth again this year. Let's see where we have changed the next update to my booth. Let's see. So still the same, Here, I used to lay out all my earrings on the backing cards, and that was easy for packaging, giving the customer their product, but it kind of just was flat, no levels. So I finally decided to lay them out on their own little displays without the backing cards, and I feel like that definitely opened up the vibe. Here I have a new pegboard display here, so that was a fun thing to incorporate, but I finally updated the look. Looks like here. I have an arch background and a little shelf to display things, and that actually changed into a different wood because that one had lines and the shelf was a little bit shorter, so that actually was updated to, let's see, was it this one? Yeah, this one. So this was at the second Merry Market, and as you can see, things are kind of laid out a little bit differently than just on the backing cards. And then where's the next update? So I'm always thinking of how to change my booth and just kind of keep it changing, keep the vibe going. Oh my gosh, so this was when we added the wood slats to the front of my booth with shelves, and that I love that. Here's a better look. So this, and having the sign on the front, I really love this look. And I'll continue to probably use this maybe for just pop-ups, but I've got a new booth setup in mind to kind of go with where I'm seeing the brand going. But that's the current setup that I have. And then I actually incorporated the make and take bar, where you can put your own earrings together. You choose your top and bottom piece. And that was its fun little table. So let's see, the latest picture of my setup. Oh wait, here's Porter Flea. Made this arch display here with a mirror and these half cylinder tables on there that I love. And then the most recent picture I've got looks like this one. This is where it's at now. If it's, I'm liking just the table. I feel like it leaves it a lot more open and just streamlined. So I'm kind of heading in that direction, but probably it's like a main table and 2 side tables is kind of the vibe right now, and trying to figure out how I want those to look. But seriously, probably every market, if you see me, if you come to my markets and my pop-ups, you're like, oh, this is different, this has changed, this is new. So yeah, and then I have this little pop-up sign. So yeah, that's where we're at now, and there's a lot of ideas in the works. Another category I thought of is kind of like the highlights of things, but I kind of went over that. Some of the highlights of getting into retail stores, having my first wholesale account, but there were times too where I was on the local news and got to share my business, and did a pop-up at Madewell. just kind of scrolling through here quickly just to see the highlights. Yeah, so here was where I was on Living East Tennessee. I've actually been on there twice to discuss my business and everything that I'm about. Now, I don't know how I scrolled past this, but this was a huge deal. I got to collaborate with Discovery and film a how-to kind of behind the scenes of how I make polymer clay, and this experience was absolutely amazing and one I'll never forget. So obviously, again, Knoxville is where it's at here. It's been insane. And then my latest thing was being able to be a featured artist at the Maker Exchange. I have my work on display there and with a lot of other talented artists, and they're for sale. And we went to the launch party a few weeks ago, me and my sister, and it was so fun. Like, I felt like I was in like New York at a gala, or however you want to say it. It was just super fun and really, really honored to be a part of that. So this actually, I'm surprised how much I've been talking about this, because I was kind of nervous how to like put this all together and like how am I gonna organize this? How am I gonna talk? But I've kind of just been blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that is a look back at the last 3 years of That Clay Girl Co. And it was really fun to look back at how everything has evolved, like extremely. Like, I'm seeing if I've missed anything. One thing I did want to mention was this has actually kind of helped me. I know a lot of people deal with this, and that is imposter syndrome. I'm always doubting myself and thinking like, oh, I can't do this, or whatever vision I have in my head, I'm like, it's not going to come to life. Or so like looking back to see where I started and how I've grown over the years has really made me realize that I can do it. You know, I think I would encourage anyone that struggles with that to take a look back at your journey and realize how much you've grown. And because like as you're going through it, I don't think you realize it until you actually take a look back and see how it, like just how you documented everything. So I'm in my feels here. I'm just really grateful for these past 3 years, and I'm so excited for the next. Lipstick teeth. 3. I've got a lot of things brewing up here, lists upon lists of things to do. I've got a lot of ideas that I am excited to bring to life. I've got a lot of ideas for this brand and a lot of plans, and I'm so excited to share them with you. But I also want to thank you all who have been a part of this journey, no matter if it's been from the beginning or if you're just hopping on the train now. I'm glad to have you here. So I'm really just feeling very thankful for all my customers over the years, all my supporters. Shout out to my family for everything they've done for me. I couldn't do it without them, especially with the market scene. They've always been there for me, helping me set up and helping me create the market booth I envision. I'm thankful for my sister, who is always there to help me with photo shoots. My mom always helps me with kind of finalizing things and like asking, do you like this or this? And then of course my dad, who builds all of my displays. He just kills it every time, and so lucky to have all of them. And I also want to shout out all the people that I have collabed with in Knoxville. Since moving here, it's just been a complete 180 from living in Florida. Like the opportunities here have been insane. So I'll stop talking now because I feel like I've been talking forever. But I'm just feeling super grateful and thankful for all my lovely customers and supporters out there. Wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. So I'm actually going to turn it over to Future Page, who is going to introduce the shop update, a few little new products that'll be in the shop. So here she is. Thank you, Past Page. Future Page does not have lipstick on her teeth, so win. Alright, so now I have everything listed in the shop for this new drop, and this whole new vibe is kind of where I'm heading towards for That Clay Girl Co. in the whole aspect of the business, so / brand. And so now everything's in the shop, but I also wanted to show you guys what they would look like on. I actually have this pair on because I had to make one or keep one for myself. So that shine. So this is the first pair that came together with the resin. I did a bunch of trial tests with resin, so I was seeing what like half and half look like, seeing if I could achieve getting bubbles out, and so I've just done different tests on different pieces, and this was the first pair to come together, and I am so stoked to have this option now. So I really love this unique pair. Every pair is going to look different but very similar in design and color. So here's another pair I have for you to see. So you're going to see that they are very similar, just not exact. So still very much the same. And I've got these laid out here on one of my concrete trays. These are not available in the shop yet online, but I have had them at my markets lately. I just have to figure out how to ship these so they don't come broken to you. So stay tuned for that. The next pair we have are these half and half marble and texture, and the marble side is resin. And I am really digging this look too. I love having best of both worlds on these. So I have them in black and cream, because you know me, I'm always doing cream. But I actually really love the black with this, because I think it pops with that marble, the streaks of black in there. So those are in the shop, and I'm just really like digging like big studs lately. And next we have this style, so a little dangly pair. So these remind me of like pebbles, and the inside is resined. And again, these are gonna look different for each pair, but very similar as close as possible. And I think that's what makes polymer clay so cool, is that you're gonna have a one-of-a-kind pair, so no one's is gonna look like yours when it comes to like marbling. And then last but not least, we've got this huge statement. Wabam. Ooh, girl, look at that. So these are definitely a statement stud. And these are still very lightweight. When it comes to clay, I'd say they're a little bit heavier than the normal pairs I make, but still very lightweight compared to what else is out there when it comes to other earring materials. So let me know if you want to see these in different colors as well, because these are really fun to make, and I think they're so unique. So this style technique has been out there, but to change it up and make it my own, I added a rough edge to the piece. So that was my take on those. So these are all available in the shop now, and I think I said this already. So this is kind of the direction I'm wanting to go with this like neutral vibe, but each season I'll probably introduce some kind of warm tone. So I'm just wanting to like rein it in, have like a streamlined feel, and those things are in the works. If you know me, I've got lists upon lists of things to do, things that I want to do. A lot of new products are in the works. Some that I've done before that I'm bringing back. I think I mentioned it prior, pop sockets. Now that I've introduced resin, things are like, let's bring them back. So really excited about this collection. Again, I want to thank you all for the support over the past 3 years, and I thank you guys for watching. So if you like anything you saw from that collection, they are available in my Etsy shop. You can go to thatclaygirlco.com. I'll link it in my description below. Never thought I'd be one of those, but here we are. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and stay tuned for more, because I have really enjoyed doing these vlogs again. So it's just coming up with a topic and then just rolling with it. So here I am again, chatting away. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.